Crowds of Koreans are again taking to the streets on this Saturday evening. That's for the 9th straight week, calling for the permanent removal of impeached President Park Geun-hye. Arirang's lead anchor Moon Connyoung joins us live from Gwanghwanmun Plaza in Seoul. Connyoung.
Mark, you're absolutely right. For over 2 months now, hundreds of thousands of South Koreans have been gathering here at Gwanghwanmun Square in downtown Seoul. It's become an iconic place of South Korea's peaceful candlelight protests. What you can see on this Christmas Eve is that hundreds of thousands are still gathered here today, and what you're seeing now is actually extraordinary. They've all taken out their candlelights, so they've all simultaneously extinguished their lights to send a message out, and later on, in about seconds or minutes, they will be turning on their candlelights again. But what makes this week's protest a little different is that there is festive air in the air, as it is Christmas Eve. Now, earlier in the day, we saw various different types of events and concerts. So crowds began to gather early in the afternoon, and we saw Santa Clauses. So people dressed up in Santa Clauses giving out presents to children, and I spoke to some of them earlier in the day.
I'm here to spend Christmas Eve with my girlfriend. Yes, it's cold, and this may not be the most romantic way to spend the holidays, but considering the current state of affairs, it didn't feel right to spend it any other way than to be here at the candlelight rally.
I've been meaning to come to the rally for weeks now, so I wanted to make sure I came to be part of this candlelight movement with my kids before the end of this year. Although my kids are still very young, I wanted them to know about the current situation and remember when they're older that we took part in history.
You're right, and here in the nation's capital is not the only place where these candlelight protests are taking place as we speak on this Christmas Eve. Cities across the country, namely Busan, Jeonju, Changwon, you name it, those cities are also taking part in this candlelight protest. Now, as in previous weeks, they've begun their march towards the presidential office just now, about a couple of minutes ago, and of course, at the presidential office, President Park Geun-hye is known to be present there, impeached by the parliament, but waiting for the Constitutional Court's ruling. There's also another group protesting in front of the Prime Minister's office, and he serves as the acting president currently. And the Constitutional Court calling for a speedy trial process. Of course, as weeks gone by, there are also a smaller but solid enough group of protesters who support President Park Geun-hye, demanding that her impeachment vote be turned around. And what you can see here at the Gwanghwanmun Square right now is all the candlelights they've turned off, sending a strong message and singing a song saying truth will prevail and light will always defeat darkness. Mark.
Okay, well, definitely a different kind of air down there at the weekly candlelight protests in downtown Seoul. Thank you as always to our Moon Connyoung, and I'm sure she'll keep us updated throughout the night.